Zulzum, Vina Fredeshe Basim. And when last we left off, Samuel was having day in, day out of pretty much the same thing, until Melisande prevented him from leaving the sofa, which meant that he's now missed work today. And with a day free that he wasn't expecting, who knows what Samuel will get up to, eh? He may end up just reading books or playing the piano, but he may not do. Who can say, eh? What we can say is we're not going to be focusing on Samuel today, we're focusing on Dave, who's still at work, but not for much longer. He has things that he's going to do today. Mainly, he's going to go and watch some television when he gets home, and then he's going to go downtown. Once more. The reason why he's going to go downtown is because he needs one more family friend. And why not try and get that family friend as soon as possible, eh? But first, Dog is going to come along and say hello. Hello, Dog. How are you? Are you well? Have you had fun running around while Dave's not here? You always have fun running around when Dave's not here. Hello, Dog. It's nice to see you. Very nice to see you indeed. Hello. And Dog, I do believe, wow, 64 there, that's pretty good. And 86 on this side, with a long term of 90. I don't think those two could be better friends if they tried. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure they could, but I don't think it's going to get that much higher. Then again, it's been getting quite a bit higher with the limited amount of interaction that they have. Also, the room difference between being outside and being inside for Dave is palpable. A little bit of television watching will certainly help his mood a lot. Oh yes, that indeed does help his mood. And now he's pretty much at maximum fun here. And we could have him, we'll turn off the television, we're going to have him go downtown. And I always click services rather than calling a cab. I've no idea why. Maybe I consider the taxis a service all of their own. Which admittedly is why they have their own little selection there in the menu. Alright, 50 simoleons, very well spent here. We're going to have him sleep quite a bit when he gets home. We will indeed take a ride on the taxi. Mainly because I've no idea why you're asleep there thinking about Dave. You have a perfectly good kennel over there that you could be using instead. Also, we have quite a bit of money. Almost more money than we've ever had Dave just have as disposable income. Ever. We're going to have to use this very well indeed. We might want to spend a fair bit of money getting him a better bed at long last. Alright, we're just going to wait a while, and eventually, there we go! We will indeed go downtown, and it will save the house as it currently is. And we need to make sure this time round that we don't do anything silly like get ourselves stuck at a, there we go, an uninterrupted journey down the road. Wouldn't it have been bad if there'd have been a dog or a cat in the way? That would have been kind of inconvenient. Alright, we're here, and this time it's the evening as opposed to the middle of the day. Alright, is there going to be anybody around? There's always somebody around at Coleman Cul-de-sac. But who will be around? All of these people will be around, including Samuel. Hello, Samuel, how are you? Who do we want to go and talk to? We know you very well, and you very well indeed as well. And there's really no point in talking to you whatsoever. We could talk to Mortimer, we could talk to Malcolm here, or Jacinda. We already have a good relationship with Jacinda, so there's no reason to talk to her. We could talk to, Reese here, or the person in front of Reese, Jauquin, I think, the way to pronounce that is. I can't say if that's the correct way to pronounce that, but I think we'll talk to, let's see, there are people walking towards us. We'll talk to Malcolm. Hello, Malcolm, how are you? It's time to say hello to you. Hopefully you're going to stop at some point so that we can actually say hello to you. Never mind, you're not going to stop. But you would, Mortimer. And they're going to, I think they're going somewhere. So who are we going to talk to? We could greet Mortimer. That is a bad place to greet Mortimer. We're going to have to move as soon as we greet him here. We don't want to get stuck like we were last time. Hello, Mortimer. How are you? I'm going to move over here, and then I'm going to talk to you. for quite a bit. Here we go, about interests here, and then interests, and then more interests, and then even more interests. Hopefully we have things in common. I think we do. Hello, Yvette. How are you? I'm just here to have a conversation. And it would seem that we really don't have that much in common whatsoever. Oh, actually, we do have a little more in common than I thought we did, which is a good start indeed. We need to get to know him well enough for him to be considered a fairly decent family friend. Hello, you! You're just going over there? Not to bother us, which is fortunate. She will go and bother people who are having bad dates in a downtown lot, and fortunately Mortimer and Dave are just having a conversation. Not about parties, however. They are having... we need to, just need to talk quite a bit. We could compliment him, but I'm not sure how well that's going to go. There's only one way to find out, and that's to try. He does like a compliment. Marvellous. We'll just cycle those, shall we? We'll talk about interests and compliment alternately. And you are very tired, I know, but we need you to talk to him for quite a bit. I'm not quite sure that... Yep, I didn't think he'd like talking about technology. But will he take another compliment? Yes, he will, and you are absolutely destroying that arcade machine. Okay, never mind, you're not that good at the game on the arcade machine. I thought you were much better at it than you actually are. Alright, they're talking a little more, and I think we want another conversation. Conversations are the most reliable way of gaining a family friend. They do take a while, but this is all time that doesn't really exist, so we can quite happily use it. And another compliment there. He's still not our family friend. Hello, Bella. We're just talking to your husband here. Mainly about, weights here. And I think that is in the interest of, let's have a look. Actually, I don't know what interest that's in. We could always have a look. Interest, let's see, that is exercise. They're talking about exercise, something which, Dave actually does a fair bit. Let's have a look at some more interests that we could talk about. We can't really do that much else right now because we've lost the compliment thing. We can't do that anymore. We need to talk to him a little bit more because he's still not our family friend. But he will be eventually. Just give it a little bit of time, Dave, and your efforts to gain one more promotion will be realized. Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully. And that really didn't work out whatsoever, but they're still having a conversation. Are you moving behind the phone? Is this a private conversation about music? We have a new family friend. Marvellous, but we definitely need to make sure that this family friend is a decent one so that it doesn't deteriorate while we're trying to go and find another promotion. We've no idea where it is. We have looked behind the sofa, but unfortunately it wasn't there. I think that will probably be good enough because then we'll be able to go home and oh my is Dave really tired, and for some reason Reese wants to tease us. Well, I'm sorry, but we're not going to be having that happen. Actually, why not? We'll just let that happen as well. Maybe she'll get bored of waiting for Dave to be done talking with Mortimer. Also, that is a pretty strong friendship right now. This friendship may survive even beyond Dave getting a promotion. Who are we kidding? It's not going to survive beyond Dave getting a promotion. He'll probably never talk to him again. Alright, we'd like to go home before we collapse from exhaustion. You know what? Actually, we'll greet you, just so that we know you if we ever need to ring you. Hello, how are you? Are you well? We're only going to be talking very briefly. In fact, goodbye. We're going to leave now. And then we left. We really need to sort out the energy situation right now because is Dave extremely tired. Extremely tired. And we go from it being nearly 4 in the morning to it being about 8 in the evening. And the amount of energy we have is, well, let's say that we barely have any energy whatsoever. It's time for you to go and get some much-needed rest, Dave, because we potentially could gain you that promotion tomorrow. Potentially, anyway. There is no guarantee that we'll manage it. But these friendships are pretty strong ones, so you don't need to worry about losing them anytime soon. Right. Oh no! A skunk has decided to make your lot its new home. Better call animal control to relocate this pest before he causes some real trouble. Don't worry, we will. We'll just quickly call them, and then we'll go and get some sleep. This is unfortunately time that we really don't want to spend awake, but we have to do this. 20 simoleons, very well spent in... Actually, I think, is that... Nope, I thought that was Dog going over to deal with the skunk, but no, the skunk is going to be dealt with by animal control. There we go. And the skunk is gone. We need to get up. I have no idea what's going on there. I never do. I always like to think that it's just, a thief that takes one look at the place and goes, there's nothing worth stealing here, and just leaves. You are not having a very good night's sleep whatsoever by the sounds of it. Alright, it's time for you to get up. It's a little, actually, is this a good time to get up? I think it is. It's 3 o'clock, time for you to awaken and serve some breakfast. You definitely need to serve some breakfast, and I mean serve because we may need you to eat more than one plateful of it. It may not fill your hunger up sufficiently. Also, hopefully the job that you're going to get will not have really long hours, much like Samuel has. There we go. You just need to grab a plate there, and then sit down. Excellent. Will this be enough? There is only one way to find out, and that is for you to eat heartily and rather quickly if you could. That mood is absolutely terrible. I think you're going to have to use this immediately, mainly because you're going to be running to the toilet right now. Run, Dave, run! Fortunately, he made it in time. If he hadn't, things might have got very awkward indeed. And then you'll have a shower, and then you'll watch some television, and I think your mood will be exceptionally high. Exceptionally high indeed. It will probably be thwarted a little by all of that, but I think we can take care of that if we wanted to. There we go. And watch some television. Comfort and fun will go up exceptionally. And maybe you could even have another, I think you could go and have another meal. That's probably a good idea. Quickly go and grab another plate of food. I think you have time, Dave. I think you have time. And then, if you need to, you'll just use the toilet again, and then you'll be off to work. If all goes well, he'll gain that promotion that he's been working quite a bit for, and hopefully it will give him a large amount of money. A massive amount of money. Also, I don't think we need to do anything about bladder, because that is still fairly high. Alright, all we need to do now is hope that room doesn't plummet enough that this becomes a 2-bar mood. A 3-bar mood is fine. We still have quite a high chance of getting promoted. Fingers crossed, eh, Dave? Fingers crossed. And we need to fill that up later, and that's been taken care of. Excellent. Did he get promoted? The answer is no, he did not. Maybe tomorrow, eh? Maybe tomorrow. We have bills to greet us as soon as we get home. And I think we may also have, Dog to greet us as soon as we get home as well. We'll manage to get promoted tomorrow. It won't be as much of a effort to get promoted, I'm sure. There we go. We'll just grab these bills and then pay the bills. How much are these bills? Eventually he'll put them down. There we go, 193. That is really, really cheap. And he was about to, would have been funny if he'd have put that in the bin there. Just be like, this is what I think of bills, and just thud straight in the bin. But no, that is not what happened. His fun is not that diminished, and neither is his hygiene or bladder. But energy is definitely diminished, quite considerably. I think it's time to watch some more cartoons. After all this effort in trying to gain family friends has robbed him the chance of watching The Adventures of Yeti Man. I think he's already seen this episode, but then again, all of the episodes he's probably already seen 1,000 times before. And we also need to have him ring Yvette, most certainly, because he hasn't rung Yvette for quite a while, and the relationship has deteriorated down to 91. Let's call her, shall we? And say hello, with the typical sounds of Yeti Man in the background. Hello, Yvette. How are you? We're just going to have a conversation. We haven't had one for quite a while. This will hopefully bring this up to nearly 100 again. There's only one way to find out, and that is to let this conversation take its course. And the answer is, it brings it up to 96, which isn't terrible. Time to turn this off, I think. And what else could we do with this time? I think we need to have him go to sleep. Yep, the game is telling us, hey, you know what he really needs? He needs to go to bed. and go to bed he indeed will. We already have one puddle of urine there. We might actually want to take care of them before we go to work tomorrow, just to keep the room stat. Who on earth is that? That is Claire the Bear. I didn't know that Claire the Bear is something that can happen. I don't think bears tiptoe like that, and I do not think that is a picnic basket that you're going into. Are you just going to rummage around in the garbage? You are! What on earth are you looking for? Oh, a piece of cake. Well, that's something that I didn't know that we even had in there. Well, goodbye. See you later. I have no idea why you went there just to go and get a piece of cake. You know, if you'd have just... Did that wake Dave up? I think that woke Dave up. You know, you don't need to get a shower right now. You just need to go and get some sleep. Is Claire the Bear still around? No, Claire the Bear has gone. I don't think I've ever had that event happen. Ever. That is a curious one indeed. I think we'll have him sleep a bit longer until this energy bar is pretty much at full. Just a little more. Just a little more. And there we go. Pretty much at maximum. It is 3 o'clock, much like when we got up before, but this time we have a lot more time to do everything that we want to. And guess what? We don't need to work on our fun whatsoever. And Dog doesn't even need to work on social either. We have all the time in the world to do whatever we like, which will mainly be cleaning those up. We definitely need to clean those up. And I've no idea what Dog's going off to do. Dog's going off to urinate in the middle of the road, isn't he? Let's have a look. Yep, Dog has found a new place to urinate, and it's in the middle of the road. It is a long way away from where we are, but at least it isn't the exercise machine anymore, eh? I'll take what I can get. I think it's time for you to just clean all of that up. I know the maid will be doing it, but it's probably better that you do it now and work on improving the room stat that little bit more. Anything else to take care of? Nothing there, nothing there. Actually, nothing at all. Not bad. You have plenty of time to go and turn on the television and watch some more cartoons, eh? What is Dog currently doing? Dog is currently just running around and enjoying the fact that it's morning and he's eaten food. And now it is time for Dave to work on these needs here. I think it's safe to say that he's going to be going to work in an absolutely fantastic mood today. Absolutely fantastic indeed. And we can actually work on improving it by interacting with Dog. We do have time to do so. Also, that very briefly went to 5 bars of mood. And Dog appreciates a hug. Marvellous. Social goes up there, which is always good. Time to interact with Dog a little more. It'll also help Dog's social. There we go. And now he has 5 bars of mood. Hopefully that won't deteriorate beyond 4 bars of mood when he goes out to go to work, and a promotion will be pretty much guaranteed. At least I hope so anyway. That all this effort wouldn't have been for nothing. Alright, it's actually, I think it's probably time for you to go and wait for the carpool. I know I don't often do that, but it's time to see, actually, he's going to be going to work in a fantastic mood. 5 bars. If he doesn't get promoted, something is, not quite right at his work. Maybe someone is conspiring to make sure that he doesn't get promoted. But I'm pretty sure that his mood is, going to be a contributing factor to him most certainly getting a promotion. But what promotion will it be? Well, folks, we're going to find out in just a moment. For all this work that Dave typically doesn't do is going to pay off when he gets promoted to... And watch when he doesn't actually get promoted. To... a B-movie star. Cheap sci-fi, lowbrow horror, and teen hormone comedies. You're the star, even if your best work seems to go straight to video. If you really want to make it big, you need a great body and some very convincing and creative dialogue. Lots of work needed on those skills from here on out. You now work from 10 till 5. That is, not bad hours whatsoever, starting immediately. You brought home 375 today, and you got a bonus of 750. But more importantly, he needs 2 more family friends, I think it's safe to say that we're not going to be getting him those. But hey, he's a B-movie star now! Just what Dave's always wanted to be. I don't know if this is actually what Dave always wanted to be. But more importantly, he has a lot of money now. And we're going to have to spend that money on something most certainly. Maybe even a better bed. Or better appliances, like for instance, we may even get him a better fridge, or a better stove, or a better television. You don't believe me that there's a better television? There is a better television. The wall-mounted TV that gives Fun 8 and Room 4. Originally envisioned as a revolution in the space-saving industry, the wall-mounted TV is now a highly sought-after commodity simply due to its massive coolness factor. It is estimated that households with this large wall-mounted TV are at least 3 times as cool as those without. So what are you waiting for? Be cool and get one today. We may in fact be getting one of those for him at some point, but it is a significant investment in money, nearly 8,000, and we would only get 1,470 for getting rid of this one. And we'd also have to do things like shuffle around this sofa. We may even have to get him a different sofa so that we can do this. Maybe. Just maybe. But that is all for next time, as when we come back, folks, Dave got promoted, most likely for the very last time, because we're not going to be getting him 6 family friends anytime soon. Maybe another time in the future, but not right now. So I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Dag dag.